So I just finished installing this. This is our new kit, Frank Lava's Gunsmith Shop, and I ran into a couple of issues with it not being level. So I'm going to show you what I did to fix that and the details that I added after it was in place. Okay, so I have this rough little building lot here that I want to place my new kit. This is our new gun shop kit, and it fits nicely here and there, but I don't know if you could tell in the video that it's not level, which is a problem. It looks like it's sloping this way. It's kind of hard to see, but the best way, of course, to check is with a real level. That is not level, not even close. So we need to raise it up somehow, prop it up to about there, and it looks like an 1/8 inch will do it. Right there, it's a little bit more. So we're going to have to do this in pieces and just kind of shim it up until it looks right and is level according to the bubble. So I've got some 1/8 inch square wood and 3/16 inch square wood, so hopefully that does the trick. But first I'm going to get some glue on the bottom of where it is level. I'm going to just glue the whole thing. I'm going to get glue there on the sidewalk. So in the back, we've got to get some support there, but we can do that after the fact. So we know this works. That's going right there, right about there. 1/8 inch piece works here. So obviously we're going to have to put some pavement or some kind of fill under the curb, but for now we just want to get this level so it looks right. It doesn't look like it's sinking. So towards the back end of the structure we need something a little taller, so we'll use this 3/16 inch square wood. Get some glue on there. Make sure we're good. And we are. So what I should have done first was remove this, because now we've got a really narrow alleyway, a little too narrow. Pop that guy out. We'll patch this up with some scenery later, but we've got a big gap in the back here that needs either 3/16 inch bracing. Probably needs 1/4 inch high. It's a little too high back there. So in the back of the structure we've got a gap here too, so we're going to put some more support under there. So we need to do something about this hanging sidewalk, and it looks like I can get some blocking under there. This 3/32 square should do it. So we can clean this up a little bit while this dries. So now we have to decide how to treat this situation here. I'm going to put some kind of structure here. Not this one, this is just a placeholder. But I need to define the lot for the next structure, and then I'll just, for now, I'll just work this little alleyway. So it's probably just better to just use some Sculptamold and blend it in. Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. Yeah, let's get some Sculptamold. So I mix this as thick as possible, so I don't want it to take forever to dry. I don't want it too runny. It's pretty chunky. Okay. Yeah. So I'm just going to draw a line here so I know where to stop with my property line, basically. So I'm just going to kind of leave this as a sort of almost straight edge because I'm not sure what I'm going to do here next door. And once this is dry, I'll either put down some dirt or I might just pave the whole thing with asphalt. So one of the most important things we need to do here is seal this gap under the curve. If you can see, I can get my knife under there, and that's not going to look good if we leave it like that. So I was going to put plaster under there, but it kind of seems kind of ridiculous because I'd still have to color it. So I'm using, this is pre-mixed grout, this is charcoal. I've used this for paving before in some other videos, and I've got a little bit on my spackle knife here, and I'm going to try to get it right up against the curb. Maybe there's a different way. Let's think about this. Let's try a toothpick. We can always clean up any excess afterwards, but at least we can get it into the gap a bit. Let's try this. So while this is drying, I'm just thinking about what's going to go here, and it's a tricky spot. This is just, again, another placeholder. I'm trying to figure out the size of the building can be and what side should have some details and so forth. So since it's the edge of the layout, it really needs to be something more interesting than something, of course, in the back. So it takes some consideration, and it needs to be a little special. So it's going to take some thought for sure. I mean, I would put this here, but it doesn't fit. I think it's something with a peaked roof, but maybe not this tall, or maybe that tall. But it's nice to start to see this street defined by all these facades. Originally, when it was just these two, it was nice, but it didn't give it that depth, of course. And now it's really starting to look like more of a street. So I gotta keep thinking about this guy. So this is dry enough to sand. Oh, by the way, I'm using 180 grit sandpaper, which works well for this grout. So you can see just sanding it blends it nicely with the existing pavement. And we could do a little bit more. So I've got some weathering powder here. Put in a little bit of brown. Lighter brown. We can add a little bit of green, cover up some flaws. There's a little gap here that's bugging me. We can get some foam in there. So I added a few details to this corner of the building, a trash can, some cardboard boxes. There's a milk crate here from Mini Prints. These are great. These are 3D printed. Some bottles and some more trash, and I'll probably add a few more details. And I'll kind of hold off into the back until I figure out what's going on next door here. So this street's finally actually starting to look like a busy street. I'm really happy with how it's turning out. And I want to thank our Patreon supporters. If you want to see more content like this, you want to see more behind the scenes stuff, we do sneak peeks to kits we're working on, and we do an exclusive video we only show on Patreon every week. Check us out on patreon.com, Foscale Models, and please check out our website. You might find a kit you might like to build at foskits.com, and thanks for watching. See you next time.